Hello, viewers at home. Welcome to online teaching by Mrs. Omenka Bernadette O. from St. Charles College, Onitsha. The subject today is Geography SS1. The topic for the lesson is the environment. The specific objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to 1. Define environment. 2. State types of environment. 3. Identify components of the environment. 4. Explain domains of the environment. 5. Highlight the problems facing the environment. Now, let's go into detail. The first subheading is definition and meaning of the environment. The environment is defined as the surroundings where living and non-living organisms live in. On the other hand, it means the total surrounding of organisms in a given area, which involves living things like vegetation, which will include trees of different kinds and grasses, animals, human beings, etc., and non-living things like rocks, water, winds, etc., which are found in man's surroundings. The next subheading is types of the environment. We have two major types of environment. One is physical environment. Within the physical environment, we have biotic and abiotic factors, which we will look into later on. 2. Sociocultural environment. Sociocultural environment could be divided into two, social and the cultural environments. But we merge them together because the cultural environment is within the social environment. Then we take them one after the other. Physical environment. The physical environment consists of natural objects or features around us, like land and climatic factors. Something like mountains, rivers, vegetation, valleys, etc., and other climatic factors like temperature, rainfall, wind, humidity, etc. The other one is man-made objects or features that we found around us. Examples include road, bridges, buildings, etc. We call them man-made because they are being constructed by man. They are natural features that are being constructed in another way to suit man for his being. Then sociocultural environment. This means people in our society and our relationship with one another. The relationship could be how we interact with each other, how we provide our needs and solve our pressing problems in the society. Man's social environments are his home, offices, churches, club, markets, etc. Then we look at the cultural environment, which is being found within the social environment. This means the norms and beliefs of people within social environment. Example of this one will include the religious activities in different churches, in mosques, and our way of dressing, our hairstyles, and feeding mode, because we have different tribes in Nigeria, and our way of dressing is not the same. They are in different ways. Then we move from there to another subheading known as components of the environment. The environment is made up of two major components. One, biotic components, which is living things. Two, abiotic components, which is non-living things. These biotic and abiotic components, they are all found within the physical environment. Then we take them one after the other. Biotic components. Biotic components are living things like plants and animals, which can be grouped into three. We have producers, consumers, and decomposers. Then we have to take them one after the other. What is all about these producers? The producers, which are the green plants and some microorganisms, they are called autotrophs, which can manufacture their own food from simple inorganic materials during the process of photosynthesis and chemosynthesis. We know what we mean by the process of photosynthesis, where the plants will manufacture their own food for other organisms to eat. Then chemosynthesis is where the microorganisms will manufacture their own food for other organisms to eat. Then the second one is the consumers. That's the second level. They are called heterotrophs, which cannot manufacture their own food, but depend on plants directly or indirectly for their own food. They may be primary consumers, secondary consumers, or tertiary consumers. They cannot manufacture their own food because they don't have the materials with which, that is the chlorophyll, with which they can produce their own food. So they depend on the food produced by producers through the process of this photosynthesis and chemosynthesis. This level of consumers, they are of three types, as I told you. The primary consumers. The primary consumers will be the organisms that we eat directly from the plant, like grasshopper. When the grasshopper will eat the green plants, that grasshopper, coming to secondary level, will be eaten by chicken or even goat or any other organism or animal, and we call that one secondary consumers. This secondary consumer can equally be eaten by another level known as tertiary consumers. The goat will be eaten by lion, and lion will be the tertiary consumer. Then we look at the decomposers, the one that will act in a different way altogether. This is where we see the process of chemosynthesis very well. They are the bacteria and some fungi that break down dead plants and animals in order to feed on them. Through this process, nutrients are released to the soil for the producers to use. So the cycle will just continue. Then we go to abiotic components, which is the second one. And this one will tell us about the non-living organisms. Non-living organisms. The abiotic components are the non-living things, which include all kinds of climatic factors like temperature, wind, humidity, sunlight, rainfall, pressure, name them. Inorganic materials and nutrients, such as carbon dioxide, which is carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, they are all found within these abiotic components. Another one will be edaphic factors, like soils, rocks, and topography of the land in which we live. Other climatic factors will include the dust, that is dust particles, storm, fire, and the water. All of them fall within abiotic components. From there we go to another subheading known as domains of the environment. What then do we mean by these domains? Domains mean the spheres or layers of the environment. They are of 4 types, namely atmosphere, 2 hydrosphere, 3 lithosphere, 4 biosphere. We have to take them one after the other to explain each and every one of them. 1, the atmosphere. Atmosphere is the gaseous parts of the earth, where gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and other gases are found. This part of the atmosphere with gases is called tropopause. Different gases are being found within this tropopause. Then we go to number 2, the hydrosphere, which is the water component. Hydrosphere is the liquid part of the earth, which is in form of water. Different forms of water like lakes, rivers, oceans, ponds, etc. No organism can exist without water. Water, as we know, occupies the largest part of the earth. It occupies 70% of this earth. The solid part is only 30%. And this is what we call the hydrosphere. Then we go to the third one, which is the lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid part of the earth that contains rocks and mineral materials. That is the land in which we found ourselves. This lithosphere is only 30% of the whole world. Then we go to the third one, to the fourth one, the biosphere. Biosphere is where plants, animals, and microorganisms exist. It is divided into biocycles. Aquatic biocycles. Aquatic biocycles, this means those animals or plants that live in water. Terrestrial biocycle, the one we can see on the land surface or the lithosphere. This aquatic biocycle contains fresh water. Fresh water is found within that swampy area. We have the fresh water. The second one, which is B, is salt water. The salt water is from the swampy area. Both of them are aquatic biocycle. Then we go to terrestrial biocycle, which harbors zones with certain life forms. Terrestrial biocycle is further divided into biocores. This terrestrial biocycle will mean the plants we can see on the lithosphere. Then the biocores we can see within the terrestrial biocycle. They are of 3 types. 1, we have the forest biocores, which is made up of rainforest and deciduous forest. These are the forests we will have immediately after the swampy area or mangrove forest. Then the second one is the grassland biocores, which will include Sudan, Guinea and Sahel savanna. This one will follow the rainforest. After that level, we have the third one, which is the desert biochars. The desert biochars in a dry area. Then we look at another subheading, problems facing the environment. The environment is not without any problem. We have a lot of problems on the environment. Several problems face the environment, whose influence on the ecosystem and biosphere threaten the very existence of life on Earth. Those environmental problems will include environmental pollution, which is the release of toxic or harmful substances into the environment by natural forces, man or other animals. This one, we have many examples of this environmental pollution. If we look around, men are the major cause of this environmental pollution. For example, how can we cause this environmental pollution? We do that by dumping our refuse inside gutter instead of where we're supposed to dump them. And the effect of this will be disastrous. A typical example is the one we have at Obelagu Street recently, Erosion menace. This could be as a result of this environmental pollution, dumping refuse into gutter. Instead of dumping it in the proper channel, when the flood comes, it cannot see where to flow. It will now use that thing to go and affect our buildings, thereby causing this natural disaster. Then the next problem, we mean the deforestation, which is indiscriminate cutting down of trees without replacing them. Another one is soil erosion, which is gradual removal of soil either by wind or water. Population explosion, which is rapid increase in population due to high birth rate by human beings. You can bear me witness to this one. You see how we increase in number, how our population escalates day after day. All these things, the available resources could not be enough again for the existing population. These are the problems. Then we have desert encroachment, which is fast incoming of desert into another land. This problem, we are trying to experience this one in Nigeria, in the northern Nigeria. Sahara Desert is trying to enter into Nigeria. Our government, our federal government, they are trying the much they can to wage it. Because when it comes, we may not know what to do again, and it will affect us disastrously. Then we have global warming and climatic change, whose negative effects of the activities of man is fast coming. The climatic change and global warming on the environment is the recent problem we have, still as a result of our inability to conserve our environment very well. Importance of the environment. Environment is of great importance to man. For example, man controls various environmental forces like desert, flood, erosion, etc. to suit his life. He exploits various minerals like coal, limestone, etc. and plant resources. Man improves the quality of his environment through afforestation, soil conservation, etc. He transforms various environmental elements into more usable forms through refining. Then we look at our summary and evaluation. The teacher, I now summarize the lesson using the following evaluation tips. 1. Define the environment. 2. Give 2 types of environment. 3. Identify 2 components of the environment. 4. State 3 domains of the environment. 5. Explain 2 problems facing the environment. By the time you finish answering the questions, you must see the summary of the whole lesson. Then you have to answer the questions and then send them to my WhatsApp contact 080-309-17911. Again, 080-309-17911 at St. Charles College, Onitsha. Thank you.